should I say, what are the duties of an alderman?
An alderperson is in control of all of your local politics. So some of the things that the Board of Aldermen have done recently that I really like, we have a tenant bill of rights that people are talking about. It would be the Board of Aldermen that will decide, what rights do tenants have. We passed a right to counsel bill recently, so we still have to the board still has to allocate funds for it, but essentially that's the city saying, should you live in any property or any apartment and have a slumlord, we're going to make sure you have the money to afford access to counsel. They're also like, you're your community's person. So, hey, I'm having an issue with this city service. I'm having an issue with this city department. You can email me, you can call me, you can reach out to my office, and I will help facilitate things getting into place. Ideally, they're going to be really present. You might be a small business owner and you have questions about city processes and things like that. You want to open a business, start a business, you will go to your alder for those persons. Your alder has a lot of control over policy and development in your area. And also budget. They have funds that they have access to. They get to take a big vote on the city's overall budget. So an alder person is that community's point political person.
So you basically like the big dog block captain, basically. You know what I'm saying? You like, yeah, you the big dog block captain. I got all these blocks and I got to make sure, you know what I'm saying, people, Do you get the calls from the old little lady with the cat saying, like, hey, man, these people, I need you to get out here to send somebody from the city out here?
I'm not there yet, but I do know lots of alders, and you do get those kind of calls. If you're going to do public service, you're going to get all kind of calls on everything.
From the people?
Yes, from the people, from whatever their issues are. It could be, like you said, a cat, but it's probably in our neighborhood, it's more like my trash hasn't been picked up in a week, or, my alley is full, or there's a pothole here, or, I want to apply for this grant that the city has going on. Like I said, you are their person that they're going to come to get information, to get resources, and to solve their problem. And also you're their advocate. So you're the one who's supposed to go to your colleagues and go to the Board of Aldermen. Maybe you're going to the mayor, maybe you're going to the congressperson and saying, hey, my community is consistently having this issue. We would like this solution. And so your job is to handle the small issues, like not small, but the regular everyday issues like efficient city services. But also, I think a good political leader, you're a big picture thinker, and you're also trying to change the systems to work better for people while you're helping them with the individual things.
Right, absolutely. What are you most excited about being an alder? Like, what you feel like is the most exciting thing?
Honestly, I'm doing so much work towards it. I don't even think often about what I am most excited about, but I think in general, I am very passionate about political power, and I think I'm just most excited to show, other people, particularly other young people, particularly other black young people, particularly other black young women, that we can do this, that we are capable of leading and changing and transforming our communities. So I'm really excited just for that to be out there and for them to see that. And then I'm also really excited about some of the things we can do with policy. I think right now our city, we have so much money coming, and there's everybody on the Board of Aldermen has to rerun. And there's a lot of, we have a new mayor of 2 years. We have a new president of the board, who I was her political director. We have a whole slate of people who are very aligned in their values running. So I'm very excited about just to see what St. Louis looks like when leadership works together, rather than kind of being petty and working against each other, but working for a common
bickering, back and forth. So you trying to build that black political power. And like what's your idea of black political power?
I think it's black political power, but I think it's just political power for the people in general. For me, even if you're not black, I think that St. Louis can be a place for everyone. I think that, we don't have to criminalize poverty. We can work to eradicate it. And I think political power in the right hands means that people have representation, and that government works to address their basic needs and to transform systems. So in St. Louis, I think political power looks like, instead of banning encampments and charging fines for people feeding the homeless, we have safe places for the unhoused community to go, and we have programs that can help transform them. I think it could look like some institutions that are in the city of St. Louis that are very large and have a lot of funding but are nonprofit and don't pay taxes. Maybe it can look like them, giving a little bit more and paying their part. I think it could look like us ending cash bail so that people are not in jail awaiting trial because they can't afford for their freedom. You know, so I think those are some of the things that political power can look like.
All right. Illinois, I think they're doing some stuff with like bails, and now it's kind of weird. People saying it's going to be kind of crazy because now people are going to be able to get out of jail on kind of semi-serious charges, you know. And as we know, you know, Missouri is tough on crime, you know what I'm saying? We were definitely tough on crime. What are some of your supporters and endorsements? Who you got backing you up? I know you got them big dogs. I know they got the bag.
Yes. When is this going to air? Because that's going to determine some of the names I can say.
I mean, whenever you're ready for it to go out, we can put it out ahead of time or after, you know what I'm saying?
Honestly, the thing is, because I've been in community for a long time, and a lot of these people, like for a lot of them, they've known me since I've been 18, before I was thinking about any office. And now on the school board, they've gotten to work with me for 2 years. So it's almost hard to think of any name in the city, you know, that is really doing things in position that isn't going to support me. But obviously, President Megan Green is an endorser. She just got that seat. We're very aligned. She was the first person to ever tell me at 19 or 18 that I would run for office, and I was like, absolutely not. So she was so excited when I came in, and she's one of the people who really encouraged me to run for the Board of Aldermen. So she has endorsed Alderwoman Ingracia, who is the only alder. You know, the city had 28 wards. We've cut down to 14. Yes, so people are calling it. Yes, so every alder is going to have double the territory.
Why y'all cut it down like that? Like,
I think that the thinking is that when we had 28 wards, we had a population of 800,000. Now we have 300,000. So do you really need 28 people?
No, right. Okay,
so
I get it.
I think, and then also like the position paid $37,000. Can someone be in this seat and take care of themselves with $37,000? Do we want to have political leadership that can do this full time? So the pay and the staffing. So I'm a person who thinks that, you know, the cut down is a good thing, and I hope that it will help allow alders to really commit to their job full time, because I think that's what our city needs, is fully committed leadership.
Yeah, absolutely. Not bouncing around, and people staying, you know, staying on the task. Whatever task that you got, you stay focused on it and don't get sidetracked and try to multitask too many different things, because you forget about what you needed to do first, you know, and then that'll come back up, and then people will be complaining.
Right.
And do you work alongside like Kim Gardner and like in that, or that's criminal, or if she's prosecutor?
Yeah, her office is independent from ours, but as on the Board of Education member, I have done projects with Congresswoman Cori Bush. She has a program called
I know Cori. I grew up with Cori. I know them very family. Oh yeah, that's what's up.
Yes,
yeah.
I've known her since 2014. So before she was the Cori Bush.
Yeah.
But yeah, she has a Congresswoman in Your Classroom, some fun projects like that. Mayor Jones we just opened up an economic empowerment center in Sumner High School that basically, you know, Sumner High School is in the north side of St. Louis. Right. So the goal of the economic empowerment center is to give entrepreneurs and business owners in that area access to the same resources that you would easily have in a Clayton.
Yes.
And we use the high school to do it. So that's a partnership project between the board and the district and the mayor's office. And so I've gotten a chance to steward and do a lot of partnerships and work with some of these leaders.
That's gonna be big, man. Are you guys gonna think about opening up some of those schools up, or I mean reopen them? You know, because it's a lot of schools that not like Beaumont. They just sitting there. Like, you guys got plans?
They still running like Beaumont.
Nah, Beaumont closed.
They closed.
Yeah, it's closed. Yeah.
Yes. I don't know if schools will be reopening. Schools closing happened because, like I said, if you have a city that has 800,000 and then you come down to 300,000, that means your children, your population of your young people are decreasing.
Yes.
And then for St. Louis public schools, you have all type of, you know, school choices. So even within that, maybe there's 45,000 youth. All 45,000 of them are not coming to St. Louis public schools. Some of them may go to charter schools, may go to private schools. You know, they're going to choose other options. So I think what the city could think about, and what I could do as an alderperson, is what can we do with these buildings and these vacant spaces? How can we put them back into community?
Absolutely.
I don't know that it would look like them reopening as schools, but I do think that there is a use for them for sure.
What's reproductive justice?
Reproductive justice. So one of the things that I do is I serve on the board of Pro-Choice Missouri, and that organization is all about reproductive justice. If I had to define reproductive justice, It is about the rights of birthing people, and it's about, you know, people having autonomy and choice over their bodies, and a lot of it is about, you know, keeping the government out of it and allowing people to have access to the health care that they need and allowing them to make choices for themselves. So I think that's a lot of what reproductive justice is about.